Throwing this for salvage. Yeah. But anyway, thank you for anybody who watched. Actually, what I will do very, very quickly here is, in case anybody wants to know how to enable some of the various little bits and pieces. So, what you need to do is come into your Battletech folder. You'll have a private Battletech data folder. In here you will have streaming assets. In here you want to go into data. Now, to enable just some of the stuff that I did just now, you want to come into constants, combat game constants, and bring them into a text editor, preferably Notepad++. And then what I have done in here is I have increased visibility's base spotter distance from 200 to 300. I left the actual sensor distance at its stock value, I believe. I changed down here that using piloting to avoid falling is true. Use guts to avoid fall injury, true. Unsteady counters guarded, true. Melee counters guarded, true. False, false, true, false, true, false, true, true, false. And then in the hit tables, I added the back to look like this, so that it actually has the head, the left arm, the right arm, the left leg and the right leg, which kind of matches, you'll notice, the head except for the front facing, except for the fact that we have center torso, rear center, and left torso and right torso. That's the only mods I've made to the constants, I believe. I can't remember making any others at the moment. The other option you have, of course, is if you want to add a new pilot. So to add a new pilot, you've got to do three things. First, you need to make a JPEG and save it someplace where you can find it. Or, sorry, a PNG file and save it somewhere where you can find it. The PNG file needs to be 256 by 256 pixels. You need to make a new pilot, and the pilot will be a JSON file in the pilot data here, and you want to call it, you want it so it's got the info it needs. Just look at one of the Kickstarter beta ones here if you need to. And you want to modify the version manifest. And what you need to do on this is you need to add these two entries at the very end here. So this tells it that we're using the name for the asset we're using, and if we look at here we can see icons cal. This tells it that it's a sprite. This is the location. That one should always be 0. This one really doesn't matter. It's just a time when it was put in for these ones, when they were last modified. And this one, this section here, needs to match this part here. This tells it that it's pilot def, and this tells it where the file is located. Again, 0 and the rest is whatever. If you want to add a lance definition, you can get the basics lance def to show up by coming into the lance here and making a lance. So in this case I've got Lance Arena Heavy Rob, and adding it similarly just in here, it's just a lance depth instead. To get it to work with the AI, however, as far as we can work out, you need to do some mods in the database, and you will need to basically create a bunch of tag sets data for it. I suggest looking on the Battletech forums at the beta off topic here. Coming into the manual Mac lab, cracking the json.c file, and jumping to, I think it's about 6 or so, goes through, yeah, just here. Sterling goes through and shows the exact steps that you need to take. I would suggest reading his and Horseman's as well. Horseman's post immediately under it does a lot of info as well. Eventually, no doubt, one of us will get around to making a tool for this, but for the moment, yeah, these are the steps you've got to do. Anyway, my name's Rob, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all later. I'm off to bed. Bye.